Glad to have you with us. It is World Cup special on News Central TV. I am Udoka Njoko. This is the show that gives you up-to-date analysis and, of course, highlights everything happening over there in Qatar. And also we bring you all the action, thrills, and every exciting moment. And we have amazing guests in the house. We've got fresh boys in the building. And I don't know if they're up for the taking, but, of course, they are in the house. We've got Israel Bankole in the house. And there's Triple O. And I wonder, why did they call him Triple O? He has 3 O's in his name. That is Olatunji, Olaniyi, Olajide. Triple O, welcome to the show.
Thank you very much, Udoka. It's great to be on this platform. And of course, the FIFA World Cup in Qatar, it's a special one. Mm-hmm. It's one that we've not seen before. So we keep enjoying it, even though the Lionel Messi fans, I mean, they are all over the world right now. They are they are just there, having wonderful fun. But we are still waiting for the shockers. We are yet to see any shocker in the round of 16, but I'm still waiting for the shockers. Maybe tonight.
Well, tonight, we see how it happens. And talking about Lionel Messi fans, for Ronaldo fans, probably some of them are still battling the battle of the hair of God, who scored the goal for Ronaldo.
Yeah, good morning, Doka, and good morning to our esteemed viewers. It's good to be back on the show. For Ronaldo fans, I think they must have moved on with that case. Definitely, that goal wasn't Ronaldo's goal, so they should just move on and see what Ronaldo will bring to this tournament.
It's all right to see how that turns out for Ronaldo. And Triple O, I mean, you calling yourself Triple O, I feel a bit of jealousy for that. So maybe I should just call myself Cousin, Cousin. Cousin.
Yeah.
Christian, Olakunle, Udoka, Steven.
That's too much. That's too much.
Now your name.
No, that's just too much. That's cheating. Maybe because you're our uncle.
It's all right. Well, we've got guys that are joining us over the internet. That is on Zoom. I've got Andrew Olsen and also Clive Kaze joining us. And for Andrew, well, we would say a big sorry to Andrew because USA, they got knocked out of the tournament yesterday. So sorry about that. And I hope we would actually sympathize with you, and we hope that you'll be in a good mood to talk to us today. Welcome to the show, Andrew.
Have me on, Udoka, and thank you for your condolences. I won't break down in tears today, hopefully.
All right, thank you very much for joining us. And of course, for Clive Kaze, who is from Uganda, and he's over there in Qatar. And we're wondering, come on, Uganda did not qualify for the World Cup. What are you doing in Qatar?
Well, Nigeria didn't qualify for the World Cup, but I've made so many Nigerian friends here. So
wow,
I'm here to cover the World Cup.
Okay, so you had to throw shade to Nigerians. That's not cool. That's not cool. But of course, it's great to have you guys joining us. All righty, there's a whole lot to talk about on the show, and quite an exciting moment. It surely will be talking sports on the show. But of course, let's jump straight to our top stories dating back to what happened between Uruguay and Ghana. I mean, before that game, the Ghanaians were all over the streets talking about revenge and all. And a lot of football fans advised them, come on, go into this game without any form of revenge in your mind. Go there, play your game, and come out victorious. But no, it didn't happen, as the Africans went there with coconut head, and yes, we lost. But away from that one now, after the game, Suarez and the whole of the Uruguayan teams, we saw them chasing after the officials and all that. And Suarez came out to say that FIFA are always against Uruguay. And I'm wondering, where is this coming from, Israel?
No, I don't think FIFA is against anybody. I think Suarez is just a sore loser. I think you remember the last World Cup, what he did against what he did to Ghana. I think all Ghanaian fans they were so hungry against Suarez. And coming to this game, the same thing, they won their revenge, but unfortunately they didn't get that revenge. But Suarez saying FIFA is against them, I don't know what he's saying. What is he trying to say? You lost the game or you didn't qualify. Yeah. Other teams qualify ahead of you. The rules is very clear. If you win your games, you qualify. Yeah. So I don't see where it's coming from, say FIFA is against Uruguay. Why picking his own team? Why FIFA just concentrate on Uruguay alone to be against? I don't think it's right what he's saying. It's just a sore loser. It's just go home and see what they can do, put themselves together, come back next time.
Now, Tunji, if Uruguay needed just 2 goals to qualify from that group against Ghana, do you think Suarez will be saying this? Because after that game, they actually needed three goals to qualify. Because they had 2, and they thought they were going to get a penalty in the second half, it didn't happen for them. That's one of the reasons why he's making this comment. If they needed 2 goals Do you think he will still come out to make this comment?
No, because if they needed 2 goals, it would mean that we'll be talking about Uruguay not being in the in the quarterfinals, in the round of 16, I should say. It would mean that they would have progressed to the round of 16. And you look at Uruguay, it's just excuses. I mean, bad behavior, things that shouldn't be seen on TV. Cavani pushing the VAR monitor to the ground, also the Uruguayans pushing the referees and all of that. I for one, I expect that FIFA would have come out with sanction for misconduct against the Uruguay players. They had their job to do and they didn't do it. It's as simple. When you don't do what you are supposed to do, then you suffer for it. And they suffer for it. And for the Ghanaians, I mean, they did not qualify. I don't want to be a Ghanaian right now because even though Uruguay did not qualify, it doesn't make Ghana not qualifying, it doesn't make it better. It doesn't make that feeling better because they had the easiest, they had their own faith in their hand and they lost it. So for Uruguay and Luis Suarez saying all of those is just making excuses. If he has proof, let him bring it.
All right, if he has proof, let him bring it. And so far, the proof we've seen talking about video evidence is against Uruguay. We saw Cavani pushing down the VAR machine. And there was also for Suarez, he was crying after that game, trying to cause a bit of emotional moment for the Uruguayan fans. And for Jose Jimenez, he could actually face a 15-game ban because he actually elbowed a match official in that one. I'd like to bring in Andrew Olsen into this conversation. What do you make of this coming from the Uruguayans, from Cavani pushing down the VAR monitor to Suarez stating that FIFA is always against Uruguay, and for Jose Jimenez, who could likely face a 15-match ban because of the elbow he gave to FIFA suited director, and also calling them thieves and using vulgar languages on these officials?
Things are always emotionally charged when you bring in a team like Uruguay, Argentina, but if you're complaining about the referees or the organization of the competition, then there's probably something that you should have done earlier in the competition to strengthen your position. And so Uruguay only has themselves to blame in this case. I think Uruguay just really struggled to get going in this competition. They could have definitely done more against South Korea. They could have done more against Portugal. The fact that they were in this very situation against Ghana where they needed goals, where they needed help in the other group. If you need help from the group leaders, then you're in a tenuous position to begin with. So I really think I completely agree with Olatunji. I think Uruguay really only has themselves to blame. I think perhaps he'd be angry, but this is the wrong way to take it out, really.
All right, and Clive, what do you make of this story? Suarez likely to be his last World Cup. We're not sure we're going to see him in 2026. So this is a World Cup gone wrong for Suarez?
Well, I have the gut feeling that it is likely to be his World Cup. I don't think he has the discipline of Messi and Ronaldo, who are pushing on. Okay, Messi has said this is going to be his last World Cup too, but I don't think he probably has. His body has the discipline of Ronaldo that will allow him to push on until the next World Cup, where he will be in his late 30s. The chances are that maybe he will push on. But just like I think all the panelists have said, I feel Uruguay have themselves to blame. If they had gone out there and scored that goal they needed for them to advance to the next stage, I don't think they would be saying this. They're just being sour losers. They had a job to do. They failed to do that job in a game that you thought that they had enough in their armory to go out there and get the result. Even when they looked, even when they got the update from the other game that was happening between South Korea and Portugal, and they still had a couple of minutes to play for, they knew that they had to score that one extra goal for them to get the result they needed to be over South Korea and advance to the next stage, which didn't happen. So they're just being sour losers. They should just take this on the chin and move on and probably plan for 2026 in the Americas.
All right, and for Clive, you are currently in a fast food restaurant, and I'm wondering, are you trying to water our mouths because we're actually hungry in the studio, and I hope you pass some breakfast to us down here in Nigeria?
No, this is close to where I stay, so this is where I have breakfast from. And when I was told we are going live in 5 minutes, there's no way I was going to run back. I just had to set up and sit here and do the show.
All right, thank you very much, and I hope you're enjoying yourself over there in Qatar. Now, let's move on to our next story, and it's still talking about the World Cup, and we look forward to the year 2026, and FIFA are saying that they might likely introduce penalty shootouts in the group stage of the 2026 World Cup. And my question is it not enough that we've gotten the VAR? We'll have some new technologies being displayed in Qatar. There are some adjustments made in football. Is it not enough that we've gotten all of this? There's also the additional time for time wasting. We see over 10 minutes, 15 minutes extra time being added to football games. Is this not enough stress? Are they not taking away the joy of football?
I don't think so. I think change is constant. The ones that are not good enough, we throw them out. I remember when the ABBA format of penalty taking was introduced, it didn't work out and it was dropped. So VAR, if being utilized as it should be, has blessed football, because you look at look at the World Cup, 10 minutes. Yes, some persons will say it's just too much, but I mean, we are enjoying premium football. At this World Cup, the first half, we've not seen as much goals as we've always seen in the previous World Cup. But we've not noticed. We've not noticed because the football has been great. It's been fantastic. So imagine the goal, the Argentine game, the goal that was scored, the ball crossing over the line, the Japanese second goal.
Yeah.
If not for technology, the ball has chips that attract camera and multiple camera angles. A lot of persons, if not for FIFA having technology, that ball would have been chopped off. That goal would have been chopped off for going out of play before it was kicked back into play and before Japan got their second goal. So technology saved Japan in this World Cup. So I don't think it will be too much. If it comes penalty at the group stage level, it sounds odd, but I think we'll get to adjust to it. VAR at some point, they say it wastes time. That is why FIFA has added 10 more minutes. So if there's every minute, every moment wasted will be added on back. So I think let's wait and see. If we can adjust, it will remain. If we cannot adjust, I think it will be taken off.
Well, when it comes to enjoying football, in the past we used to enjoy the very best of football until what happened to Victor Ekpeba happened to Nigeria. And people started calling for goal line technology and a whole lot of adjustments to football. But if you ask me, I'd say, come on, let's enjoy football as natural and as free-flowing as it can be.
Well, in as much I want change, I would like FIFA to just allow us to enjoy this technology that we're testing now. Bringing penalty into the group stage, I think it will eliminate the calculation of goal against, goal difference. We just go when there's any draw, we'll go to penalty shootout. But I think it will be too sudden for us to start bringing another rules into the game. I would appreciate if FIFA allow this, let's test run what we are doing now, use it in the next World Cup and see how we can. Because if we introduce penalty into the group stage, definitely they want to go against, go aggregate. After a game, the World Cup, I think tension will be very, very high. Tension will be too much in the early stage of the game because we see those penalty at the second round of the game. That's okay. But in the group stage, I think the tension will be too high for the players, even the fans watching, because any draw, it's a penalty. I think we should just, in as much we are changing, but we should be careful not to kill the game, not to kill the flow of the game. Bringing too many rules into the game, too many changes might kill the love, the beauty, and everything of the game. I think FIFA should just allow this VAR and everything and leave this penalty shootout in the group stage first. Let's leave it. Let's test what we are testing in the next World Cup. It will work. If it will work, then we can start introduce another thing.
Funny enough, I quite disagree with that. I think if you have to go from way back, Maradona hand of God would not have happened. See, this is how it works. If the technology is against you, you feel deprived. You feel, no, we shouldn't. But when it falls to your favor, you are happy. Imagine if that Ipeba's penalty was the opposition player that took that penalty and we won that title. You wouldn't be saying this.
You can't have it all. It works for you can't have it all. It works for some. It doesn't work for some. But the next World Cup will be hosted by USA, Mexico, and Canada. Sadly, the three of them have crashed out of the Qatar World Cup. So I hope they will go back home and plan better.
Early preparations.
Early preparations, actually. So for Clive, what do you make of this? Don't you think it's going to take away the love and beauty of the game, the free-flowing nature of football?
For the group stages, it is not necessary. I'm yet to probably listen to the entire presentation of how this is going to work. But also, if you remember, sport in USA is played traditionally where you must find a winner. A very few disciplines allow you to go away with a draw. Even when football had just been introduced, if you remember, that even in the league, like they could not just allow for points to be shared. They always had to find a winner here and there. I don't know whether FIFA is trying to revise this rule with that kind of background, but I don't think it is something for the group stages. I mean, if you're going to introduce penalty shootouts, what does it mean? What if you get a scenario where you have all two teams on 9 points? Okay, well, all teams are on 7 points and they are separated by goal difference to advance and all that. Personally, I believe for the group stages, they should leave is being proposed. Probably the FIFA Council will have to look into it and we'll get to see if it will be approved or not. I don't think it will be approved. I don't want it to be approved. I'd want everything for me to stay the way they are.
All right, so a lot of fans actually do not want this to be approved. And a bit of update now, FIFA, they are considering the penalty shootouts and to decide whether teams should get a bonus point if group stage games are drawn at the expanded World Cup in 2026. Now, it will include 48 teams. That's the next World Cup, an expansion of the teams, and expected to have 16 groups of 3 teams rather than the 8 groups of 4 that we've seen in Qatar. Now, the top 2 from each group will progress to a round of 32 knockout stage, an extra knockout round from the current format. So it feels like it's a whole lot. And if we're going to do this, I think we should start probably with friendly games. Let's see how this can work. Not to test run it in a World Cup proper. We need to take baby steps when it comes to these kind of things.
And that's why we have Confederation Cup before the World Cup. Hopefully, though Confederation Cup, you don't have much team playing the Confederation Cup, but you can test some of those things that you want to really test in the main event. I think from Confederation Cup, we'll start to see if this will work or not. I think that will be an avenue to test. That's a FIFA tournament to test whatever we want to test. We can't test in an African tournament or test in an European tournament. I think the FIFA tournament, which is Confederation Cup, that we can see, we can test run that, see if that would work. Then if it does work, if it doesn't work, then we can see how we will do it in the World Cup.
All right, let's jump straight to our next story. It's about the Brazil football legend Pelé. Yesterday, we heard the report that he has been hospitalized again, and the saddest part was that he wasn't responding to treatment. And there's something I do not like about social media. A lot of people are quick to negative information. Yes, nothing has happened to Pelé yet. He's still in the hospital. And the latest update is that he is now recovering and responding to treatment. But all over social media, lots of negative comments saying rest in peace to the Brazilian football legend. I'm like, we shouldn't be doing this. Let's look for proper information, put it out there, and say this guy is in the hospital quite all right, but currently responding to treatment. Now there's an update from Pelé. We do not know if it's from the family, the daughter, but there's an update and it says, my friends, I want to keep everyone calm and positive. I'm strong with a lot of hope and I follow my treatment as usual. I want to thank the entire medical and nursing team for all the care I have received. I have a lot of faith in God, and every message of love I receive from you all over the world keeps me full of energy and to watch Brazil in the World Cup too. Thank you so much for everything. And I'm wondering, where is all the negativity coming from? This is an update from Pelé. He is a football legend, somebody we all love all over the world. He has done great things. And him being in the hospital, I think everything we need to do now is send in positive messages and keep praying for the football legend.
Well, I think for Pelé, you see, negative news, I think it flies very well. Negative, everybody wants to trend. Everybody wants to be the first to break the news. Pelé is old, yes. It's something. 82, yes. All those things like that happen to people like that of their age. But still, we still need to pray for his family because he has other people that love the loved ones and everything. When they go to social media and see news like this, I don't know how they feel. They feel very bad because their loved one, their father or the legend is still alive. They can still see him and go to social media and see somebody saying that he's dead. When I saw the news, I had to go to Wikipedia. I had to check again. I had to verify truly if this man is alive or not. But fortunately, thank God he's still alive. He's still responding to treatment. Hopefully, he gets out of this and he gets strong and see the Brazilian team winning the World Cup again in his lifetime. I think that would be another thing for him. If he wants to depart this world tomorrow, at least he knows that, okay, he saw the Brazilian team winning the World Cup. I think we should just pipe down a bit in this negative news and allow this man to live his life and to enjoy his life.
Exactly. And let's jump straight to Andrew Olsen. What do you have to say about the situation for Pele? Yes, he's recovering. He said he's responding to treatment. And we all love Pele, the legend of football, and we expect him to recover quickly and watch Brazil either win the World Cup or actually get to the finals of the tournament.
Well, I completely agree as far as social media sometimes, when it comes to these controversial issues. There's a reason why these players, why these famous figures, they have, publicists and public relations people who are meant to get out the proper information, in the timely fashion. Social media can definitely be a rough place to survey, during times like this. But I'm happy to hear that Pele is still alive. That he's still fighting. And yeah, like you said, Doka, I just love for him to be, aware and following this World Cup and watching his Selecao, take it to the competition as the favorite. So I just want to give my sincere best hopes for Pele during this difficult time.
All right. And for the fans over there in Qatar, Clive, what are they saying? Because yesterday we saw one of the football stadiums where the game between Netherlands and USA was played, and it was lit with his picture, Pele, and all over the place. People are talking about the football legend. Can you give us a brief update on what the fans over there are saying about the legend?
Now, first of all, it is worrying when you read media reports and you see that line of he has been transferred to the end of life support. That was worrying for everyone, including the fans who are here, including those who are following on TV, including those probably who are rushing to break this news on social media as something that has not, that's something that shouldn't have happened. Now, I usually sit at the home country media center. It is a downtown in Mesharip, and just about 100 meters away from it, the CONMEBOL, that's the South American Football Federation, did set up a center where they are exhibiting or showcasing everything you want to know about South American football, the trophies, the Copa America trophy, the Libertadores trophy, all the other trophies. There are shots of Pele and Maradona, they were some time back. But also in that center, there are two statues of Pele and Maradona. One of the statues, Maradona, is holding the World Cup, the current World Cup trophy. All the other statue, the old World Cup trophy that got lost. And when you look around and walk on the walls, there are all these different quotes that people were saying about Pele and all that. And you get this gut feeling that his legacy, together with that of Maradona, is very much alive in Qatar, and everyone is following that to get to know what is happening. But like I did say, for me, what was most worrying was that statement of being transferred to the end of life support. That worried everyone, and probably that also explains the gestures we got to see, especially on TV in the stands. Everyone pouring out their heart. Kylian Mbappe posted and said, "We need to pray for the king." Everyone, it just got everyone worried, and it is happening at the time when Brazil is trying to win their sixth World Cup. It is happening at a time where you felt if he was as strong and much younger, he should have been in Qatar, like FIFA has always tried not to do in the past. So having the World Cup going on at this time of the day, rather at this time of the year, and you have the only man who has won 3 World Cup titles in a hospital bed in Sao Paulo fighting for his life, it is not very good news. That
of course,
it got everyone talking, it got everyone keeping their fingers crossed.
It's not very good news for the legend being in the end of life support over there. But of course, we're wishing him well and saying he should get well soon. And you can tell the love coming from Qatar, the stadium being lit with his name, Pele gets well soon. And the fans are also talking, so let's take a look at the fans' corner talking about the legend, Pele.
Pele, we have a lot of memories from you in 1970, the World Cup in Mexico. Please get better. We need you. You have to see Brazil be champion this World Cup. They will be the champions. You have to be there for Brazil and support your country.
I hope that everybody can join us in this praise for Pelé in recovery. We know that he will be better in the coming days. Pelé, as you know, it's the biggest player of Santos history, my football team. The guy that made more goals in the history of football. So as we are in the World Cup, we need to support him on this recovery.
I really hope he gets better because I know it means a lot to the Brazilian people that he gets better, and he's like very important to the Brazilian soccer history. So I really hope that he does get better.
Of course, the fans talking about the Brazil football legend Pele saying, please get well soon. And he did release a statement that he is currently recovering and responding to treatment. Let's take a break. When we return, we'll be looking at the games that went down yesterday and what to look forward to. Today, 2 Lions will be in action. The 3 Lions of England taking on the Teranga Lions of Senegal. So to be the battle of the Lions. And remember what they say about 2 big animals, 2 elephants fighting. Who suffers? The grass. So when the 2 lions are fighting, the football and the grass will suffer. Without Sadio Mane, Senegal have been able to pull through to the last 16. Let's see if they have what it takes to battle it out with the 3 Lions of England. We'll be right back. 3-1 it ended in favor of the Orange Men. The Netherlands are taking on the United States of America. And the whole of Liberia are celebrating, saying now George Weah can come back to continue as president, forgetting that he is a football legend. But of course, they lost that one to Netherlands, and Holland have qualified for the quarterfinals of the tournament. And they believe that they can actually go all the way. The fans are also believing.
Well, Louis van Gaal, that's the coach of the Netherlands. He's been saying it all year long that they can go on to win the World Cup. Don't forget, he was the manager that led them to a top place finish in 2014. The Flying Dutchman year. Van Persie scored a fantastic goal against Spain in the group stage. And yes, can they go all the way? Yes, they can, and that is why they are in the quarterfinals. But if you look at that game, one truth which he also agreed to is that they allowed too many turnovers, and if they were playing against a top nation like Argentina, who they will be playing against in the quarterfinals, they will get punished. When you have turnovers like that kind of amount against United States, what finished United States is poor finishing. Also, they lacked that final technicality on the ball to just get the job done, especially in the final third. If you look at the 3 goals that were scored, the first goal was a laid back pass which cut out Robinson and Ream of the United States left-sided defense and cut back, found Memphis Depay free in the 18-yard. How did he even get that much space in acres of space? There was no way in the world he would have missed that. Snapshots, quick fire, low power driver, the goalkeeper Matona could not even turn that one out. He had to go into the net. Then the second goal as well, the same fashion. Denzel Dumfries, he was actually named after Denzel Washington, the American movie star. The same fashion, cut back, Daley Blind, the left back of the Dutch team in that one, fired home, and the third goal from Blind to Denzel Dumfries. I mean, the defense of the United States was, I mean, maybe they should have called in the army to defend them. Maybe they would have done better. All right, so maybe they would have done better. Probably if they had scored that goal they missed in the first half of that encounter, they could have actually changed the situation of that game. Andrew Olsen, once again, sorry, USA has crashed out of the tournament. But what do you make of the performance from the United States? A lot of people actually still give credit to the team for how they came through in that group and also qualifying for the last 16.
I think you put it very well. Mixed feelings, I would say. I'd say American fans expected, supporters expected the United States to get out of their group. But we definitely had hopes with this talented young team that we could go a little bit further. And I would say that we certainly played well for stretches against the Dutch, but our naivete kind of came out, our tactical naivete, which Louis van Gaal really exploited, particularly Anthony Robinson wanting to get up and down the left flank so much. He was caught forward on multiple occasions by Denzel Dumfries. That's why we saw him put in a man-of-the-match performance. But I would say there's plenty of encouraging signs moving forward for American supporters, but certainly it hurts a little bit to go out in that fashion.
Expecting any sort of win against the Netherlands? Because on the rankings, Netherlands are highly ranked than the United States team.
We probably didn't expect to come in and win this match, But after the England match, after the performance against England, we really thought we could perhaps take it to the Dutch, and that's how you find out at this stage, at the round of 16, that you find out the quality of a side like Netherlands when they're able to punish you for that slight mistake you make. The difference is just how much the finishing in the end, as mentioned earlier. If Pulisic could put that opening opportunity in for the United States in the opening 10 minutes, who knows how the match could have changed. But when the Dutch had their opportunity, they didn't even play particularly well, I would say, on the day, but they really punished the American mistakes, and that was ultimately the difference and what you're going to see in this knockout stage between teams.
True. Now let's talk about the goal scored by the United States. Fluke, or he knew what he was doing?
I don't think Haji had any idea what he was doing there. I think he, if you kind of see the replay from the reverse, you can see him trying to, get a touch in, I think. But I think it was a complete fluke. I don't think he meant to do it.
All right. I hope they will get to learn their lessons, pick the positives, and move on from there. Now, we saw the other game, Argentina taking on Australia. At some point, it felt like the Australia had Argentina under control. And boom, masterclass. Lionel Messi.
That's what big players, that's what they do in games like this. They show up when you want them. At the time of that game, the first half, Australia were taking the game to Argentina.
Yeah.
But Messi was like, for the past 10 minutes, I didn't see Messi, if Messi was on the pitch. But something about Messi, class is something that's always there. And he got that goal, 1-2 from the flank. And what a way to announce yourself that you are still in the game. And that goal changed it for Argentina. They got the second goal, which mistake from Australia, from the Australian keeper gave Argentina another goal. But Australia, at the end of the game, they came back, got a goal, almost got a winner from Carl at the end of the game, but it wasn't their game for them to. But Argentina played very well. Argentina knew what they want to do, and they went for the kill. Thanks to the keeper Martinez. Martinez made some fantastic save at the end of the game, and which Argentina really deserved to move to the next round. I think Argentina, they knew what they want to do. They had to keep the tight at the back, and Messi is always Messi. You don't move if Messi is on the pitch, don't blink. Your eyes should be on Messi from the blast of the whistle to the end of the whistle, which the Australian couldn't manage Messi very, very well, and Messi opened the goal, and the end was history.
One thing baffles me about this World Cup when it comes to the fans and the teams that they support. I think the only fans who really got pissed off with their teams being knocked out was probably the Germans and the Belgium fans. But a lot of other fans from countries expressed joy at how their teams performed. The likes of Cameroon beating Brazil. Yes, they got knocked out, but they were happy that they got something out of the World Cup. We saw Ghana. Yes, they got knocked out, but a lot of them celebrated the fact that two of them actually left. That's the Uruguayan fans as well. Now, for the Australian fans, we will take a look at the fans' corner now, because Australian fans were excited for how they performed against Argentina, being able to score a goal and also take them through 90 minutes, pushing them backwards. They didn't allow Argentina free-flowing football, except when they lost concentration. Talking about the Australian fans now. So let's listen to the Australian fans in our fans' corner. Then we'll come back to talk more about it.
Proud of the boys, they've done really good. So it was a lot of excitement, and good luck to Argentina, I guess, now. Exactly. There's still, USA and Canada in 4 years.
Matty Ryan had a great tournament. Let us down today, though. 2-0 down too early. Yeah, disappointed, but also extremely proud of what they've done this tournament, to be honest.
Of course, are the fans still excited with the way the guys performed, talking about Australia, but they've crashed out with the tournament. Argentina moves to the quarterfinals, Netherlands in the quarterfinals, and today we'll see amazing football. France will take on Poland, and I'd like to bring Andrew once again into this one. Now that USA has crashed out of the tournament, what team would you be supporting in Qatar?
Well, since I dedicate myself to covering African football, I'm going all in on Senegal and Morocco now.
All right. Now, looking at that game between Senegal and England, well, Battle of the Lions, Teranga Lions taking on the Three Lions of England. If you're going to pitch your tents, yes, you said Senegal, but then a lot of fans actually think England have what it takes to defeat the African champions, Senegal. On paper, when it comes to playing football, strength for strength, Senegal can actually match up with the Three Lions.
Well, I think Senegal have shown that they can be a very good team on the defense, and they're a team that can really bite you on the counterattack. And I think in many ways, that sort of matchup could suit them well against England. But like you mentioned, England has a ton of quality, ton of pace on the wings, very good attacking capabilities on the wings and in the midfield. But the key for Senegal is whether they can make that center back pairing for England sweat a little bit. John Stones, Harry Maguire. England definitely has their vulnerabilities if you can find a way to keep out their strengths.
True. And talking about England and vulnerability, a lot of players actually came out to support Harry Maguire because of all the things he has been going through. But he has been decent at the World Cup so far. And for Harry Kane, he says he is fit enough to play. He hasn't scored many goals for England, but of course he still believes that he has what it takes to lead England against Senegal. The best from in this knockout round against Senegal. And for how they say it in Nigerian parlance, Harry Kane has not been hurricaning.
Well, that's if you like to believe it that way. I think Harry Kane has been decent. I think he's been one of the best players at this FIFA World Cup. 3 assists. He's not getting the goals, but he's been supplying the assists. You can't take...
You're paid to score. You're a striker.
Well, he's supplying the assist and they are getting the goals. If his passes are not quality enough, maybe the forwards will not be getting the goals. What matters in the end is England. They are winning their games, and that's what matters. The general team over individual, accolade over individual brilliance. But you look at Harry Kane, how he's going to face off with the Senegalese defense. Kalidou Koulibaly has been fantastic. Yeah. The fact that, if I'm to pitch my best 11 from the group stage, I think Kalidou Koulibaly will pair with Harry Maguire. And let me take Koulibaly before I talk about Maguire. For Koulibaly, he's been fantastic in this tournament. His finish, which assured the Senegalese team their place in the round of 16, was a striker's finish. Look at his season at Chelsea. Not been so good. He's not had a good time at Chelsea, a good start to life at Chelsea. But this World Cup has been fantastic. In the absence of Sadio Mane, he's led this team the way he should. And for Harry Maguire, he's having one of the best moments. Of course, when he plays for the Three Lions, he's a different Lion. And when he plays for Manchester United, he is a devil. So maybe the Lion is better than the devil. You just never can tell. But because if you look at Harry Maguire, it's about the setup. With the United team, Erik ten Hag wants his defense line to be about 10 yards away from his goal. And at England, with the Three Lions, it's not the same way. He plays closer and he plays with a comfortable partner. Himself and John Stones are partnered together 31 times for the Three Lions whenever they play together. So he's comfortable, and having the manager's confidence in him. Confidence can do anything to any player.
All right, our confidence can do anything to any player, of course, boosting the morale. But putting you on the spots, Senegal, England, who will take that one?
That would be tough. As an African, I want to go for Senegal to win because they have the strength to match this the Three Lions. But this England, they have qualities, according to what Alton said. The qualities there. But Senegal, pace, power, definitely the power will come to play. They'll come with their pace, which the English also, they have those things. But the quality of the English team is what I'm really scared of. They have the depth, they have the team, they have the players. The Senegal will struggle, definitely, but I'll still go for Senegal to win.
I think this is where I disagree. I think for Senegal, their forward line can be their Achilles heel. For England, if they have a good defense, we can't look beyond. Yes, Maguire can be exploited. If Senegal wants to make a mess of that English defense, separate Maguire from John Stones, take them apart. But do they have the wingers that can create that space? It's just like when you see City play, separate their two centre-back pairing and you can take them on. So you have to take Maguire out from John Stones, and that's going to be difficult because for Senegal, conversion has been the problem. So if conversion becomes their problem against England, well, elimination would be their.
All right, so we'll see how that turns out for Senegal, because this is a different ball game, if you ask me. It's no longer the group stage. This is where you need to bring out your A game and also separate the boys from the men. We've got Valentine Bambot. Yes, we do not have time on our side, but we've got Valentine all the way from Cameroon joining us. And we'd like to have your own view. What do you think about the African teams that have qualified so far, Morocco and Senegal representing Africa? And what are the Cameroonian fans saying about the crashing out of the indomitable Lions?
Hello to you. Hello to the team. The Cameroonian fans are happy, given that we have had our best World Cup in over 20 years, beating a big nation like Brazil at the ongoing World Cup. And there have been celebrations across the nation, celebrations for Bensi Abubakar, who is one of the top goal scorers of the national side as we speak. The hope is that the current squad continues to work together, given that there is this hunger in the Cameroonian mindset for more glory in the team, especially concerning the AFCON.
All right, so talking about Cameroon and the team coming together, what is the update about the goalkeeper, Andre Onana? Is that a good or bad move for Rigobert Song, the manager of the Cameroonian national team? And do you think this is game over for Andre Onana and the Cameroonian team?
I think it is game over for Andre Onana because it's a similar situation we witnessed with Liverpool defender Joel Matip. It all started with this brouhaha, a similar brouhaha. And before we knew it, Joel Matip was hanging his boot in the national selection. Andre Onana is an outstanding goalkeeper, but we must know that no player is irreplaceable. You saw what the pass he did. He could come into the shoes of Onana. He did such a great job in the last match. The hope for many Cameroonians, including this sports journalist talking to you, is that the federation gets to speak with Onana and settles this dispute that is going on, because he's a very, very good goalkeeper. He's a world-class goalkeeper. But if a goalkeeper of Onana's pedigree refuses to bow to the coach and have an understanding with the coach, because the coach remains the ultimate in the team, and if indiscipline is creeping in from a player, then the coach needs to step in and maintain order. Else, you will see other players in the squad also having taking a similar route.
All right, thank you very much, Valentine Bambot, for joining us and giving us that update about Andre Onana. And of course, we do not have time on our side. We still got Andrew. I'd also like to thank you. But before I let you go, please make a quick prediction on today's game: England taking on Senegal and also France taking on Poland.
Well, I'm going France over Poland, no doubt about that. But you know what? In solidarity with African football, I'm going Senegal. I think Senegal, I'm going for the upset today. Why not?
All right, we'll see how that turns out for the Teranga Lions of Senegal against the 3 Lions of England. Thank you very much, Andrew Olsen, for joining us. We'd also like to say a big thank you to Clive Kaze joining us from Uganda, but of course he's over there in Qatar, and also Valentine Bambot for joining us all the way from Cameroon. Israel, quick prediction: France versus Poland, Senegal versus England.
France to win 2-0.
Wow.
Senegal 2-1.
Senegal wins 2-1.
Yes.
You go the same way?
France should win. No, France should win. On this one, I agree. I think there's only little that Chesney will be able to do in this one, facing Mbappe and all of the firepower of the French national team. I think there'll be too much for the Polish, and I think they will punish them. Then for Senegal, England, obviously right for me to win, but I mean, we want to see upsets. Upsets should not end in the group stage, so Senegal should take it.
All right, I like what you did there. France will punish the Polish. Play of words, I like that. All right, as we wrap up this show, I will say thank you very much for joining us today. I am Udoka Unjoku. We'll see you again next week, but we'll leave you with what you missed on socials. Have a great weekend and a great week.
Beleza, vamos pôr aqui, pai.